new shit out.
Oh, that just dropped?
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to check that right now.
Just like
It's
that.
on
Just like how I'm broadcasting right now. We So Classic Podcast. Start sneak attacking y'all with the broadcast.
Baby. That's what's up.
We So Classic Podcast in the scene, yo. D Dame in the building, B.
Oh shit. Glad I wasn't picking my nose or nothing like that.
scratching my nuts.
Yo, who else in this motherfucker, man? What's going on, yo?
Yo, what's good, D? It's your boy V-Sess in the house. Yeah, Prez was not in the house, so now I'm in the house.
House.
And when we got on, I said, "Yo, Prez, what was you doing?" And come on, you know, flagrant right there.
What's good with you, Big Prez? What's up, my brother?
I'm chilling, man. I'm here, man, in the building, doing my thing, my thug business.
You got the heat on and shit, man.
You're looking like cute in the elevator,
Let me see somebody with a hoodie on, with headphones on top of the hoodie. Come on, B. Come on, you gotta be cold in the house.
Nah, man, I'm good. Trying to, sweat it out a little bit.
Okay, I hear you. What's up with you? What's good, my homie?
I'm on my Conway movement tonight, yo. Conway be having the hood down low and shit. West Side, they be having their shit down like this.
Big Lou Hall, what's up, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. What's good with you?
Not a fucking thing, man. Just chilling like a villain, yo.
Yeah.
Out on this late night, man. Thanks for joining us, man. This late night, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we getting old, man. This late night shit, man. Woo.
Getting too old.
It's all good though, man. It's for a worthy cause.
So shit, let's get it in and get the fuck out of here.
God, no, I feel totally the opposite. And you have some nerve, Lou Hall of Fame. You're the youngest motherfucker. You're talking to let's get out of here. Are you serious?
Man, my old ass. I can't hang like I used to. Especially after I'm still hurting from that weekend we all had.
Oh, word? That was like a month ago, man.
I know, I'm still hurting.
God damn.
Yeah, that was a month ago.
Yeah.
Obviously, D Dame's still hurting because he just jumped right out of the conversation.
I turned the heat down and shit. I saw Prez cold ass. I reminded me to turn the fucking heat down.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, because you gotta turn the heat down. It get way too hot upstairs and shit, man.
Yeah, they got a cold front coming through. It's cold down here. They got record-setting floods in Nebraska right now.
Okay.
And what's crazy, in Houston, not far from where, on the other side of Austin, where South by Southwest was this past weekend, a toxic, fire at a plant. You heard about this, Prez? Like,
no.
There's a smoke that carries like 20 miles in the air. So they're telling all the residents in Houston, to take a little shelter, make sure to keep the windows closed because of the toxins in the air from the fire.
No, I didn't hear that.
You said it's a fire at a toxic plant?
At a plant. I don't want to say a nuclear plant. I just want to say
Chernobyl and shit, yo.
Nah, I hope not. But they said toxins are in the air. Toxins is in the air.
That's crazy, yo.
And the floods in Nebraska, that shit was crazy, yo. All towns underwater.
Dang, man.
Yeah. I hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, our prayers are with everybody, man, that's going through that shit, man.
No doubt.
Fucking natural disasters be crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Another natural disaster is Lou Hall telling me that he heard that there was a fight between Kodak Black and Onyx on Sticky Fingers. Is that for real? Is that what you were saying earlier?
But it wasn't even a fight. If you believe Kodak's version of the
You said it sounded like Soulja Boy explaining the home invasion.
Home invasion, yeah.
Wow, I don't know nothing about that. Wow, that's crazy. You niggas need to be peace. Everybody needs to be. Can everybody just get along?
Hell no. You think this is
That dude straight trolling like a motherfucker, man. He on some next level. Does anybody even really care what the fuck he talking about though?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, this generation, of course. That's social media. It's probably gonna be trending. That's trending. Trending.
I mean,
So what's the hold on.
Go ahead.
What's the deal? What's the deal? Because I didn't really hear this shit. What's going on?
Go ahead, Lou. You brought it up.
okay. So evidently, Sticky Fingers was on Kodak Black's tour bus.
Okay. It already sound like
it already sounds nuts. It already sounds nuts. So he was on evidently Kodak Black's cousin, a homeboy, invited Sticky Fingers on the bus.
Okay.
I guess to chill. So, basically, what was happening was Sticky Fingers. Well, Kodak Black didn't like Sticky Fingers' energy. His old head energy. So basically, he didn't like the way he was dancing, when he was talking, and basically, he felt like he was being disrespected. So one thing led to another, and I guess they started either fighting or pushing or whatever. And he said that he mushed. Kodak Black said he mushed,
right?
Sticky Fingers, and he fell back. So he said, he went to go reach in his bag, and he went to go pull out I guess he knew he had a gun in his bag. So
who's he? Who?
Kodak Black knew that Sticky Fingers had a gun in his bag.
Okay.
So when he pushed them, they went for the bag, and they went for his gun, and it turned out his gun was fake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he said he was an actor nigga. And so then I guess Sticky Fingers, he ran, and then when he came back with a crew and I guess his bodyguards. But Kodak Black was like, he came with some toy cops, some toy bodyguards, some actors.
Okay.
That really wasn't his bodyguards. And so after that was it. That's what happened. But the thing about it is he was just like, I didn't like his old head energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like old dudes, no way.
So, I don't blame him. I don't even blame him.
No doubt. So 45-year-old Sticky Fingers got wanted to hang out with Kodak Black, and he bought a fake gun.
22-year-old Kodak Black.
22-year-old Kodak Black. So he bought a fake gun with him in a bag, and he was in the tour. And 22-year-old Kodak Black's tour bus, and was dancing and talking shit, and then Kodak Black beat him up, and then he ran.
Right.
Okay. No doubt.
Right.
No doubt, yeah.
We have yet to hear from anybody out of Onyx crew.
Yeah, for what reason? Don't need to, man. Just ignore him and shit. Just don't give it no energy. Don't give it no energy.
Man.
From what I heard, didn't Kodak Black say some other shit last week? Was he talking about some other random shit?
Yeah, he was talking about Young M.A.
Oh
yeah.
Yes. He said I dick her down or something like that.
Yeah.
But she was like, "You weird, bro." Allegedly, she's gonna see him the next day. Allegedly, so I don't know what happened since then.
She said something about it.
Yeah, she was on her video. She was like, that's just weird. She said something about him being weird, like he's weird. She's like, he's just weird, like that's just mad weird and shit. And then she was like, well, I'm gonna see him tomorrow at such and such event. I'm gonna see him tomorrow, so I'm gonna check for him. I'm gonna see what he's talking about in person. I don't know what happened since then. I have no idea, yo.
Hilarious, yo. I find it very strange that this man claims to have put hands or put his paws on Sticky Fingers
Come on, man. Come on.
And there was no retaliation. There was no fair one. You know what I mean? But then why would he throw his name out there? Like, of all the people in the world,
That's mad random, right? I'm gonna say maybe. I'm gonna say maybe he. Hold on for. I gotta look this shit up. How old is Kodak Black? How old is he really? What year was he even born?
He's like 21, 22.
We even know who the fuck Steve Fingers is and shit.
Like I said, I don't blame him, man, for not
born in 97. God,
not. He's not, I don't even blame him with all the energy from the old heads when he first came out. I'm not surprised he doesn't feel all her energy. That's just his experience.
He is so young. He didn't know who Old Dirty Bastard was.
I'm not even gonna blame him.
I feel like, but like on that fucking interview on the
that's your people though, Press. Kodak Black's your people and shit, man.
Yeah, I mean he's Haitian. Yeah, he's Haitian. He's Haitian.
Why'd you rap him and shit? He don't rap for you, man.
Nah, son.
But you said
I don't even think Wycliffe.
he was on the Ebro in the morning joint, and they was talking about something. The same joint that he walked out on, with him and Ebro got into that little argument or whatever.
Right.
I can't remember how they got on the topic, but he said something. Ebro said something about Old Dirty Bastard.
Right.
And Kodak was like, "Who's that?"
Right.
And then he confused him. He was like, "Oh, I think he confused him with fucking Bushwick Bill."
Are you serious?
Yo,
see, I'm not even.
I think that's funny as hell.
I'm not even mad at him.
Yo, he's 40 years old. What is he
after
doing?
Seeing the dude who was born in 1997, I'm honestly not even. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm trying to think because ODB came out of what? They came out like 93. Now, okay, that's like me knowing the lead singer of like the Shy Lights. I don't know who the fuck the leads. I know them. I don't know who the fuck that is and shit. Or a member, or like a random member in the group. I have no idea who the fuck is in the Shy Lights.
I didn't know I didn't know who Sly Stone was.
No, son. I could understand him. I could understand him saying he don't know who Master Killer is.
Oh, come on, Fred. So why do you automatically expect her to know who the bastard is?
Oh, he don't know who Inspector is, maybe. But motherfucking ODB is the most ridiculous member of the group, yo. How do you not?
I mean, that just goes to show
that
they don't care about the
no, they don't care. They don't know. With all the people, do you know all the artists that they know what they grew up with when they was like 14, 15, when they started getting their music or whatever they was listening to? It has nothing to do. They had a lot to listen to.
That's 5 years ago and shit.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
So let me ask you this: do you consider ODB a commercial rapper?
Nah. He was part of Wu-Tang Clan, one of the most successful hip hop groups of all time. Their logo iconic, and they were just so good. They just sold through the roof. They're known as authentic. Yeah, that's another thing that makes the golden era so crazy. We have more artists like that they sold a lot of records, but they were very authentic, very, very authentic.
Is it safe to say if an artist, authentic artist like you just alluded to, does a song with a pop star, isn't that an attempt of becoming a commercial? Like, isn't that like?
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I feel that if the song is dope and me and Ariana Grande make a dope song, why not? Why not? I mean, if it's a dope song, like if I want, it's not an attempt. It's just it is what it is.
So your fan base has been what it was, maybe 21 to 30-year-old male, urban, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, that's what you're making music for. And then all of a sudden, maybe your label says, hey, why don't you do a song with this pop star?
I have a 16-track album. If I have one song with Ariana Grande, which I'm still gonna be spitting, I'm still gonna come hard on that. You feel me?
Come harder, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna bring it street. You know, I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Now, unlike or all around commercial artists, that every song that they do make is an attempt to be top 40, hit the charts. You feel me?
Maybe it's not an attempt. Maybe that's just who they are as an artist. Like that's their DNA. They don't know anything about anything else but top 40 type music, party music, feel good music, non-confrontational music, music that doesn't have any swear words, no curse words. That's how they was raised. That's their MO. Like
okay. Let's get into it, Prez. I mean, can you put some out there on the table?
Yeah, we could talk about a bunch of MCs that have come out and have been like strictly, top 40 pop radio.
Who did you say?
Happened now?
Yo, I'm so confused.
Who ain't gonna finish the sentence and shit, right? Okay, our Prez is dealing with technical difficulties and shit. Yeah. What he was trying to say was,
what was he trying to say? Who?
Look at the chat.
Who?
Yo, hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh my God.
God bless technology and shit, man.
Couldn't come up with anybody?
Obviously not. Yeah.
All right, back to you, Prez.
Well, we'll wait till he get back on to continue to finish his thought. Yeah. Sharif is a rap, yo.
I said Q in the elevator, but Sharif is more like it. Yo, why don't you get your cold out of the motherfucking cooler and pass me a 40?
We can't leave, all right? We can't leave like this, right?
I'm trying to stop
that nigga
y'all.
Dead. That nigga dead. It's not right, all right? Yo, whatever happened to that dude and shit, man? I never really seen him in nothing else since Men's Society and shit. Man.
I'm trying to save y'all from drinking this poison.
I can't believe they wanted Tupac to play that fucking role. I still can't get over that shit, man.
Yo.
That was like it was just her role and shit ever, yo.
Yo, you know who Prez is?
Who's that?
Brother Muzone from The Wire.
You on mute? Hold on, man. You finish that buzzing and shit. It's a fail. Holy shit. That is crazy, yo.
What's going on, man?
Hilarious, yo.
What's going on, man?
You all right?
Wildin', yo.
You all right?
Yeah, man. What's good? As you were saying.
Yeah,
Go ahead, brother.
Sorry about that, man.
You said you can name a few. You said you can name a few, and then name some. Name.
Do you want me to go all the way back in the time?
Just like this Trey's episode, my G.
I think so. Going back as far as I can remember off the top of my head, MC like the Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. I think out the gate, they were commercial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got cats like Kid and Play out the gate.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Out there dancing, yeah, man, right out the gate. You got who else? You got Young MC. I mentioned Young MC.
Funky Cold Medina.
You got Tone Loc. That's Tone Loc right there.
Young MC is don't stand there, bust a move.
If you want, baby, you got.
You know what I mean? MC Hammer. MC Hammer. You know what I mean? Came out on some.
MC Hammer. I don't think. I don't know if he started out commercial, but yeah, he definitely was on. Brother,
who that's supposed to be, son? Who that's supposed to be? What's that?
I don't know. Stock my shit. I don't know. Yeah.
From The Wire.
Oh, from The Wire. That's just saying from The Wire.
Yeah.
You told them dude from The Wire. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get the content.
Okay. Everybody get the content right there. So.
Prez is brother moves on.
But now, Prez, but if you take it back to the beginning, you know, you had all the like the originators of hip hop. You know, you had the Cold Crush and all of them dudes and shit. You know, they were underground, yeah, pretty much underground. They wasn't, they ain't really had that kind of mainstream play. But then what about like Sugar Hill? Like Sugar Hill Gang came out and shit. That was like a whole nother realm and shit.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
The original commercial hip hop group.
Yeah.
I think it's the group was manufactured like a boy band. You know,
yeah.
They were not lyricists. Big Bang Hank had his lyrics that he went to Grandmaster Caz for. Whom I bumped into in the airport a few years ago. What's up, Caz? What up? Big up, Caz. Grandmaster Caz. So he spelled that. I'm the C-A-S, the N-O-V-A, the rest is F-L-Y. How Big Bang Hank is gonna spell Casanova Fly in the record? But the Sugar Hill Gang definitely the first.
The first, yeah, commercial, yeah, because all the other dudes, they wasn't on wax. They was just in the clubs and shit, just doing routines in the clubs and parties and stuff like that, block parties and stuff like that. So yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
All right, so like I was saying before, I was like, it doesn't mean like being a commercial rapper is not a bad thing.
Nah.
You have plenty of rappers that were commercial. The problem is when you falsely tempt to be something that you're not, to cross over.
Now, what do you mean now? What do you mean now?
Like if you're an artist that who intentionally comes out with a song or like intentionally does a song with a particular artist with the hopes of crossing over for record sales or for radio play. You know what I mean? I think now you're watering down the art form. You know what I mean? It's like you're taking it to a level, to an extreme for profit.
Now what do you mean? What do you mean, like a particular? You mean like a pop artist, or you mean like another rapper, or what do you mean?
I think a pop artist.
Give me an example. Example like what? Like who?
When we was talking about the ODB, like how he came out gritty, the way he came out with Wu-Tang and all that. Then he did the song with Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Would you consider that as being making attempt?
What that Butterfly? I mean, well, not Butterfly. What song was it? That Dirty Bass Style, Cut Like Grass. That shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't Method Man on that song too?
No.
Oh, I think that's
go back to that Black Baby's the
past.
Yeah,
fantasy. Yeah.
Do I think ODB was on a? Well, Mariah Carey always kind of had a
urban,
but not
urban
always,
type.
But she kind of had an urban type of feel to her though. After a while, not in the very beginning, but once she started getting with like Jermaine Dupri and all of them. So I don't know Mariah. I don't know.
So how about what about what's this other dude?
Jay-Z and Babyface.
They had a song together.
That song definitely. I think that song definitely is an example of what you're talking about. That Sunshine shit.
Yes, sir.
Sunshine is one of them. Yeah,
Sunshine is definitely an attempt. Yeah, Sunshine was definitely like a
blatant attempt to get that song on heavy radio.
Yeah, definitely.
Video and all of that.
Yeah, definitely. I just reading something about that recently, about that whole album and that whole time when he was like fucking with Puffy a lot during that time and shit. I forgot who it was that was talking about it. He was like fucking with Puffy a lot during that time, and they kind of contributed that shit to like him being around Puffy or whatever.
True. But to Prez's point about not only commercial, is not necessarily a bad thing. You're in the music business, so that's why I like to. Those are examples of people that actually tried to make the attempt. But when there's the artists for sure that made every record, was an attempt. I would like to say first and foremost, though, big shout out to hip hop in the clubs in the late 70s. Because it was because of the DJs that was in the club, whether it be the Cold Crush or Grandmaster Flash, of course, Furious 5,
right?
DJ Hollywood. These are the reasons why records had to be made, which came across to why Sugar Hill Gang. As soon as you put in the music business, then that's the music business for the record company to make money. Sylvia Robinson, she decided to put together a group, so like to Prez's point, of course, being a commercial rap, is not necessarily a bad thing, but the backlash back then is also different to what it would be right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because a good example of what I'm trying to say is, let's say Post Malone.
Okay.
That would be like a present day commercial rapper. Every song he's trying to get, the notoriety. He doesn't even listen to hip hop. He's not really a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would fall short. Not that just to say that, but now back to what I was saying originally. MC Hammer is an interesting case. You know what I'm saying? Because he was an entertainer. From the beginning, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to have the big shows. He's like someone who we were so lucky to have in our culture, because he showed you that he was literally being himself, and he was as hood as anybody you could find. He helped out his community more than a lot of these rappers put together. You know what I'm saying? They came out at the same time. So, and he made the most money. So that's why, to Prez's point, it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean?
He also spent the most money.
Yeah,
you sure the fuck did. Yeah. But just think about it, MC Hammer, like his stage show. You talking about his stage show?
Yeah, tremendous.
Like that was like a throwback to like a big elaborate, like a Funkadelic, Parliament Funkadelic type of shit, or big elaborate show with dancers and a band. He probably had a fucking live band and shit and all that stuff. So yeah,
yeah. And everybody was from the hood.
Yeah, he gave people so many jobs. I don't know. Press. I will have to say, when you mentioned Kid and Play, they by far was one of the most fun though. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. 100% one of the most fun. I remember House Party, the battle on House Party. Classic movie scene of all time. You would have to agree, Lou Hall, right?
I would definitely agree. And not to mention also with Kid and Play, you got to remember they had a cartoon on NBC.
BC, yes.
Oh my God, that right there solidified. That was one of the around that time. That was the first time me ever seeing a hip hop group at that on TV on a cartoon on that level, that playing field. I mean that.
Well, Hammer had one too, right? Hammer had one too.
I remember Hammers too.
That's right, because he had the talking hammer shoes, right?
Yeah.
I think that was on NBC too, right?
I think so.
That's what it was supposed to do, man. That's what Hammer's music and Kid and Play's music was supposed to do. It was supposed to like reach out to households outside of NYC and outside of Oakland and outside of the other hoods where black folks is populated, the urban areas and whatnot. So I'm not mad at it at all.
The backlash was crazy though, Prez. Let's be real.
Backlash for who? For Hammer?
I think for Hammer.
Hammer didn't get backlash not when he first came out. When Hammer didn't get backlash to the fucking chicken commercial and shit, to the fried chicken commercial and shit, really. But he didn't really get that much backlash. Yeah, so he started doing the commercials and shit. He didn't really get backlash when that Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him was out. That shit was.
I think it's when I think he got the backlash. No, the backlash. The backlash came when he made that video, and it might have been that one with the G.
That was the opposite. That was the opposite of trying to be.
Yeah,
he was trying to go the other way.
And how about when he came out there in the video with the black suits and
Yeah, that's when he went to Death Row. That's when he went to Death Row.
Yeah,
that was
he
had
the opposite. The little Scully thing on.
The black he definitely got the backlash for that shit. I'm telling you, when that chicken commercial, ever look at that chicken commercial came out, man, that's what people was like, what the fuck? Like, all right, nigga, you going too far now and shit, man. It was like, we was with you, we was dancing and shit, we had a good time, yo. And now it's like, you nigga dancing with popcorn chicken and shit, man.
So he took it too far. Then he took it too far.
He took it way too far, man.
If he just wrote a jingle for the restaurant, it would have been
yeah.
But then you got like people then you got the jealousy. I don't know. You got a whole bunch of different things. It's like one of y'all say he was the most successful fucking rapper for that year, whatever year Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him came out.
Oh yeah,
he won all the Grammys and shit. Probably sold 10 million records and shit. He was
Alongside that, make him have an example of probably what Prez said. Somebody went a little too far. You think Big Daddy Kane went a little too far with the Playgirl?
He definitely did. He definitely did. Shit, he. I don't know if he would admit it. I mean, Mr. C. I heard Mr. C interviews. Mr. C talking. They all talk about it. Like he went too far down that other lane and shit.
That was because, he knew my bad Lou. He knew that his rap career was on a decline. He only had so many years left. So he figured, you know what? Let me just parlay the little fame that I do have into this Playgirl magazine.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, and no disrespect to Mr. C, but I mean, he kind of went down the wrong,
I'm not going to sit here and talk about Mr. C. I'm not going to sit here and talk about Mr. C.
Let's stay on topic.
Definitely not going. We definitely not doing that tonight. But anyway, man.
I'm just saying.
But Kane definitely did. Yeah. That's a good point about Kane, though. Yeah, Kane definitely kind of did go down that.
I'm rocking MOP, Most Def Kweli, Busta B.I.G., Hove, BCC, and Mr. C reloads the history. Please.
But let me.
Where those lines came from? Where them bars came from? Who spit that?
Black Thought, of course.
No,
Black Thought, of course. That's all he knows is fucking black. The nigga try to rhyme his own rhymes.
But let me ask you this.
So, props, man. Give research.
Let me ask you this. So with Kane doing the Playgirl joint, so Did that put? Would you say that he went too far? Because I mean, by him doing that, I mean, who do you link up with? Madonna
and all that shit.
Yeah, like
but why are you saying it like it was just the playgirl? It wasn't just the play. It was the music too. It was that Taste the Chocolate, that Prince of Darkness shit. That shit was whack, yo. The shit was whack.
It was.
We love King, but the shit was whack. And I had Taste the Chocolate. I had the album and shit. I mean, the hard songs was tight, but the rest of the shit was corny.
Love songs.
I did like the Loving You. I did like that joint. I did like that shit. And shit. This is for the lover in you. Yes, like but he just went down the wrong
Big
path.
Big Daddy Kane, one of the greatest rappers of all time.
He went down the wrong path, yo.
Definitely, yeah. The greatest.
My first favorite rapper of all time.
Oh, your first crush? That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to Kane. He'll be here in Columbia, South Carolina, next month, the month of April.
It's great. Definitely must be going down the tubes and shit, man.
Huh?
That's his career. Definitely must be going down the tubes. He's gonna be in Columbia.
Hey, you had to repeat that,
man.
He said he didn't hear me and shit, yo.
Niggas didn't hear me, so I said it again.
Say it again. Nah, big shout out to K, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. What's that joint, Luha? What's that joint? Day in Hip Hop or some shit? What's it called?
Hip Hop Family Day.
That's dope. Dope. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Y'all got any other? Like I think somebody mentioned, y'all mentioned Tone Loc. Y'all said Young MC. What about how you feel about the Beastie Boys?
Yeah, definitely commercial. There was no other way they could come out. You know what I mean? Cats wasn't gonna be playing them in Brownsville, and
the thing is, I think people really were playing them though, because but when they first came out, because nobody know they was white and shit until they did a show.
But you know what their base is not gonna be the urban kids. You know what I mean? Their base was middle America.
I got a harder one for you.
Suburban America. Yeah.
Why gotta be harder than mine?
What?
Harder than mine?
I got a harder group. I got a harder group. All right.
Yeah.
Was Houdini a commercial group?
Ooh, nah, hell no.
Okay. Why? Because you know Jalil was a stick-up kid? I don't know. I didn't mean that. But I'm just saying, y'all, that was what you talking about.
Why do you think they were commercial? Because of what? The content? To me, they were speaking or rapping about a multitude of topics. One of them, some of them being about females, dating females or whatever. No different from what LL does. Is LL a commercial rapper?
I'm just about to bring up LL. As soon as you finish this, I was about to bring up LL.
Well, LL, I think he was coming across. He had more hip hop, more hip hop gutter beats. You know what I'm saying?
But early LL, like when around that second album and shit, he started trying to go down.
Since Mama Said Knock You Out.
That was before Mama Said Knock You Out. Before Mama Said Knock You Out. They Walk with the Panther shit. He started kind of going down. That's when he got the backlash. He got the fucking backlash. That's why he had to come back when Mama Said Knock You Out. Because he came out, on some hip hop hard shit. Then he started going to the pop shit a little bit, trying to cross over in the second album. He was actually successful. The album sold a lot, but people wasn't fucking with him no more. People stopped fucking with him and shit. It was like,
talking about the Bigger and Deffer?
Whichever one that was and shit. I forgot which one that was and shit. I don't know if it was the second or the third, but I know he got a lot of back. He talk about that shit all the time. Whatever album before Mama Said Knock You Out. That's why he came so hard. Mama Said Knock You Out. That's why he came so hard and shit. He wasn't fucking with him no more. People just stopped fucking with him. They were saying he was selling out, and then he had all the cars and the Porsches and the girls and the jewelry. Then people wasn't fucking with him.
Yeah, man. It's like this is an art form, and people who are passionate about this art form, they see that, and they'll call you out. They were like, you can't come one way with it and then all of a sudden switch up your style to try to satisfy the radio stations or the label.
Now, who you talking about? Are you talking about consumers or are you talking about other artists?
I'm talking about other artists.
Now, the artists that could also fall into jealousy as well.
As far
as them, maybe they're jealous of his success
because they're not attaining the same success, same level of success.
Yeah, that could be part of that. So, you know, I'm just saying that could be part of that as well.
It could be. I'm sure
they seeing this young guy making that. Oh, he making all this money and shit. Now he's selling 5 million albums. Oh, he ain't doing that. Fuck him.
Everybody can't do it because everybody can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got another one for you. I hate to say it, man. I almost do, but I brought up a legendary Brooklyn hip hop group. So I'm gonna bring up a legendary Queens hip hop group. Was Run DMC a commercial? A commercial?
I mean, we'll walk this way with their biggest commercial song.
For sure.
But you hear the stories though. I mean, that wasn't them. They wasn't going for it. They didn't even want to do the fucking song.
Yeah.
Russell Simmons literally forced them to do that song. They didn't want to do that shit at all.
Aerosmith didn't want to do it either.
Aerosmith want to do it.
None of them want to
do it. They didn't really want to do the shit. Russell Simmons kind of forced that shit. And that was kind of their biggest commercial joint though. After that, they kind of went back to whatever they was doing.
So I guess so it's okay then for artists to like dip their toe in that whole commercial.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just get that little, buzz going. Because now what that does is, you got a whole nother audience that's checking for you.
Of course, man. Of course. I mean, that's just business sense.
That's just business. That's just good.
Yeah, that's just business sense. I was gonna bring up your boy, Prez, the producer and shit, the DJ Premier.
What about
on Christina Aguilera's Back to Basics album? He did like four songs on that fucking album. He did 4 songs in that fucking album, yo. He might have even been executive producer on that shit. Christina Aguilera. So like we wouldn't say he's a commercial producer. He definitely made some pop ass songs though.
I think he would say that it was more of an organic connection, their relationship, because she reached out to him. And it wasn't the artist, it wasn't Premier reaching out to her.
Right.
So she reached out. So I think that's why I think that would be a little bit different. How about artists that walk the fine line, right? I would understand. All right. The greatest of all time, Biggie.
Right.
Whoa. Now we're treading waters now. We're treading waters.
Greatest of all time.
Yes. Yo, big. You know why? It's like the LeBron and Jordan debate. You know what I'm saying? I just say Big was the greatest of all time because he was the best when the best was out. He was still shined above everybody. That's the only reason why I say that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my criteria. But even him, right? When we first heard him, what was the first song? I remember it was "Who's the Man" soundtrack. Dr. Dre, Party and Bullshit.
Party and bullshit and bullshit. Yeah.
And then Puff say, let's put this record out, Juicy. And yo, he killed it though. That was a
100%.
100%
attempt on Puffy's part to try to make it. Trying to make a couple of commercial joints.
That's another thing that made Big so great. Look at what he did there, and then right after that, with the second single, the original version of "One More Chance" is probably the most grittiest, hardest shit you ever heard.
I agree.
Even with him saying, "I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen this stroke of genius. So take off your Tim boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex. I hit my man next," and made a squeaky clean version as the remix.
Yeah, the remix was
Yeah,
the remix was the remix better than the original?
I don't know, Prez.
I love the remix. Yo. That's one of my favorite Biggie songs.
I love the original though.
I think
I love the original too. But the remix is one of my favorite Biggie songs.
Of course.
And of course, Juicy was a great R&B song from the 70s, and then for the first song,
Juicy Fruit.
Puff chose a classic, legendary group from the 70s, also the Isley Brothers, for the Between the Sheets, which is the sample for Big Papa.
So that formula, if you notice, if you think about it,
classic.
Right. He was doing the same shit that Dre was doing. For all of the shit that, the Chronic album, for Snoop album, all they was doing was getting them classic 70s soul records.
George Clinton records.
All of that.
Sly Stone records.
And just looping them shits and just let niggas spit.
Man.
That's why people, I think, gravitate to them so much, because they hear that shit. Like, these are the songs that we heard when we was babies. You know what I mean? Like, our generation, we heard them songs when we were coming up. So now, fast forward 15, 20 years later, you're hearing it again, but you're hearing it with a dude spitting on it. You're hearing it with a Snoop Dogg, or you're hearing it with a fucking Nate Dogg, you know what I mean? A Biggie Smalls. So automatically, that's just a fucking hit. So Puff just did exactly what fucking Dre was doing on the West Coast.
Your girl, Prez, MC Light.
Yeah.
She had a joint called I Rock the Body That Rock the Party. Right? And yes, and that, of course, was from Diana Ross, Upside Down. You turn me, you get me up distinctively. Now, these records, like the way Puff and them did it, like, I feel also that makes a little difference, that you took it from R&B records and classic black music, you know what I'm saying, from that era, as opposed to, let's say, a Run DMC that took Walk This Way, which was a white person that made Aerosmith, you know what I'm saying? Don't you think that's a little bit different?
It is different.
I think it's different.
It was a collaboration with a group that was still, at top of his game, doing what it do, as opposed to just getting a sample from a older soul sample from an old black soul group.
How about Father MC?
You do for me. Yeah, you do.
I mean, he was definitely attempting. He just wasn't that successful and shit.
That was a classic record. For those that don't know, Mary J. Blige is on stage in the video. First time you ever saw Mary on TV was Father MC in the video, in the background singing.
Background.
I'm gonna treat you like a queen, cook and clean. Get your boy back, Betty, so I can rub you with Noxine and watch how gentle I be when I rub your back.
After that, we can sip some cognac.
Romance on a quiet storm. He was dope, man.
Yeah.
Prez, who about your boy Kwame?
Yeah. What's the name of that shit?
Only You. Only you.
There was another song.
I don't know. I don't know if there's another song.
Only You.
Fuck is that shit called? He had another song. Son.
Yes.
No, you sung that shit again, man.
You ain't audio too. Don't audio to me. Don't audio to me. Yeah. He had another song. It was called the.
I'm gonna help you out, man. What's it called? What?
It was the something. It was the something.
Oh, the something. I love that shit, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yo, Prez. All right. So before you start, digging your brain out,
the rhythm, wasn't it?
Oh, the rhythm. That was the shit. Yeah. All right. Now I came here for some funky to happen. This is Christmas because everybody's rapping. That shit was dope, yo.
Oh, I ain't crazy.
That was dope.
Press. You also mentioned commercial, right? And you said / bubblegum music.
Okay.
Right? Now, I don't know if you remember this group, the UMCs.
Of course. Blue cheese, nigga.
Blue cheese.
Shaolin representatives. They put Shaolin on the map.
That shit was tough, though, son.
Blue cheese, that shit was dope.
It was.
I don't think that was a pop. I'm gonna say that like a
no.
Pop.
Even with the hair, just by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. Are you serious?
Nah, I don't say that. Nah.
I
consider that. But now we talk. I think you had mentioned somebody before. You mentioned like an artist, somebody who had like a style, but then they potentially changed their style to try to. So what about like a Mace? He was Murder Mace.
Yes.
And then they just completely flipped the whole shit.
Wow.
Pretty Boy Mace, yo.
Yes.
Wow. Murder Mace. Yeah. Seeing the locks be taking knots from the out of state spots. Any nigga make it hot, get found and make it lie. You don't really want to come try out the one guy. Come on now. Murder Mace.
Flipped into Pretty Boy Mace.
Yeah.
A very good point. He got with Puffy.
There's a formula. There's a
formula.
The usual suspect.
Puffy, you know, to his credit, he understands the game. He understands.
He had the formula. He had the blueprint for that shit, man.
Yeah, and he basically put he took Murder Mace and was like rebranded him, you know.
I was Murder. P. Diddy named me Pretty. I did it for the money. Now can't he get with me? He said in his own song and shit.
My God.
He said in his own fucking song.
That goes without saying, man. It's already, you know, it's already established. He established it himself.
I'm gonna ask you a question about one of y'all contemporary artists and shit. Somebody that's out now. Now going to the same criteria that you was talking about earlier, Prez, when you first started talking. Now, where does Drake fall into all of this?
Drake is a 100% pop artist, yo. He just can rap pretty good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think it was in the books, like it was destined. Like when he came out, he knew that this was the intentional goal. You know, we're gonna basically. I'm a rapper, but I'm not gonna be put in a box. Like I'm not just be on some regional, you know, list of rappers. You know, I'm gonna just be Canadian rapper. I'm going like international with this shit, worldwide with this shit. So he's definitely a pop artist who just can rap. In my opinion.
I would probably, in your opinion, I would probably disagree a little bit because he has a lot of the hip hop elements. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying he doesn't. But what I'm saying is his goal when he came out, it wasn't like we're gonna do this with the intentions on becoming a good rapper, a dope rapper.
All right. Well, you didn't let me. I wasn't even talking about that. I was moving on from your point and maybe see if you could counter this with what I was going to say with the hip hop element is battling, and he battled Meek Mill and was considered a victor.
Okay.
So pop artists don't really win battles against hip hop artists.
Yeah, but then he also lost against Push. So what are you saying?
That what I'm saying is that
he actually bowed out. He didn't just lose. He like refused to respond. So that's even worse.
Ooh,
that's even worse.
He put out an apology letter.
He said, I don't want the smoke. He was like, I'm good.
Man, this nigga change his sneakers. Change the sneaker brand. Damn.
You know what I mean? Now, if you a real true hip hop head, you don't shy away from a battle.
Absolutely, good point.
Damn. You know what I mean? But he saw the bigger picture. He was like, I'm not gonna fuck up my money. I got my fan base is like 10 times bigger than yours. Don't nobody know who you are. Why would I fuck that up? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going out here, and I'm gonna keep.
He might have talked to fucking Jay-Z. I'm about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent type shit, yo? I don't know. He
probably talk to LL or Canibus.
LL kept going and shit.
Because 99% of your fans wear high heels.
He wouldn't go back at 50 Cent. I don't know, because now you think about it. I mean, Pusha T, I don't know what the fuck has he done since Daytona and shit. Has he made an album since Daytona?
I think he's working on another album.
No, but Pusha's
he's also a good music president. So trying to bow Kanye down.
Push got his lane. Push got the respect. But Push will never be any bigger than he was last year. With all this,
and that was for sure. But maybe Drake seemed like he did the right thing by just not even like fuck it. Just
he was, as a matter of fact,
blew right over. Then a nigga put out a fucking what y'all consider a dope ass album and shit, and then that was it. People forgot all about it.
Pusha T was nominated for a Grammy too.
Yeah,
he was nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
again, Drake won a Grammy.
Right. But then again, I guarantee you, Push will never be as talked about as he was when he was going up against Drake.
Right.
I agree.
But then again, see, that's so funny that y'all consider he won. Allegedly, he won. But what did it ultimately mean, though?
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
And then what? That's it, all right.
That's it.
Nothing else to it.
So,
because at the end of the day, Drake is still gonna be Drake. He's gonna still sell the albums that he sells. That's not gonna stop. That's not even gonna stop.
Now, maybe if he would have kept going and then he would have like got slaughtered type shit, and he got embarrassed and slaughtered, maybe things might have could have changed a little bit.
Nah, I don't think so. Because if you look at the beef between Rick Ross and 50, Rick Ross should be supposed to be out of here. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't.
Rick Ross didn't go back at 50. Rick Ross didn't go back at 50, really? Not on music. Not in music.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think
I'm going back on music. I think he just kept putting out his own shit. He was just successful.
Songs on one album geared towards. Matter of fact, what was the album Rick Ross had? Give me a second.
But that's not how. Whatever you about to say, I don't even know. See, because I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you was about to say. I have no idea what you're talking about. That he even made any kind of song going at him. To me, the way I saw Rick Ross ultimately pulled away and won that because he just ignored that motherfucker and kept putting out dope music and he kept selling. 50 was still going at him, doing the baby mama shit and all that. Rick Ross seemed like he is to me, just from what I saw. Maybe you go to the album, so you heard different. From what I saw, he just ignored them and kept putting out dope music. Kept putting out dope music, and this shit was still selling. And then that was it. And people were just like, nobody gave a fuck what 50 Cent had to say anymore. That's the way
Ross had an album called Deeper Than Rap. And the one song where he went at 50 on it, everybody talked about was Mafia music.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was what did he say? It was a line that he said about 50 Cent baby mama.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's not how he ultimately won the battle, if that's what y'all call it, is for that song, whatever song you're talking about.
No,
that's how he won because he put the song out.
But no, he won based on what you just said.
He just kept going. He ignored him and just kept putting out dope music and shit.
And I think people got to a point where they was tired of hearing from 50.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody gave a fuck what he had to say anymore and shit. But I was saying about Drake. I'm wondering because remember, I mean, I guess it's kind of to look back, it's kind of a joke and shit. To even try to compare Drake to Ja Rule, but remember, Ja Rule was like really, he was fucking pushing shit. He was running shit for a couple of years, man.
Yeah. And
then he tried to go back at 50, and that shit just failed miserably. And that was it. That was it. He was going. Maybe he would have just shut the fuck up and just kept doing what he do.
Yeah, right. In retrospect, just ignored him.
Just ignored him. Just kept doing what he do. Let him talk about him and shit. Because remember, because 50 fucking ended up doing the same shit Ja Rule did. He started singing on songs and shit.
Yeah, on that 21 Questions.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Immediately and shit. So maybe Ja Rule should have just left him the fuck alone and shit. What about Ja Rule? Speaking of commercials, what about Ja Rule?
Yeah. Right. He came out, he was on some Murder Inc. shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Murder,
right?
And now he flipped it.
He made a conscious
effort without my baby.
Yeah, conscious effort to do that shit, and he was very successful at it too.
I think he definitely did, went there in that direction.
Yeah.
I think Ja Rule doesn't get enough credit also for the style of singing and rapping and stuff like that. That artists that came later on just made careers out of. You know what I mean?
Right. Like Drake, right?
Like Drake.
Yeah.
What about Nelly?
Nelly is definitely a commercial album, in my opinion.
Okay, you think Nelly was commercial from the jump?
Yeah, and it's funny that you said this because me and my wife just had a conversation. I was playing Nelly the other day, and we were just talking about when you listen to his first album.
Right.
I'm actually going to his first album right now and looking at some of the songs. Country Grammar.
Right.
Yeah, you had that joint. What is it? Country Grammar. The title track.
Yeah, I'm going down, baby.
Yeah. And it was commercial because that was a nursery rhyme. He rhymed that nursery rhyme, and that appealed to not only just African American hip hop listeners, but also to our Caucasian listeners, to Latino listeners. He appealed to every single genre.
Interestingly enough, when he was actually saying, "I'm going down your block in a Range Rover, street sweeper, cock back, ready to let it go." Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, that's like folks didn't know what skeet meant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Same thing. Same exact thing. You had the Batter Up joint where they took the thing from the Jeffersons.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do remember that joint. Yeah.
You had Ride With Me.
Wait, who's Batter Up? That was Nelly shit?
Yeah. That was Nelly shit.
Take a ride with me.
What movie was that in when that came out around that time?
Must be the money. Which one?
Rush Hour.
No.
Batter Up?
No. Ride With Me.
Oh, Ride With Me? If you want to go and take a ride with me. I don't know.
Scary movie.
Okay.
Yes.
That was on the soundtrack?
Yeah, and that was matter of fact, they played that right at the end of the very end of the movie when the credits were.
Okay.
Yeah. So to me,
Nelly was from the jump.
Yeah.
But like Saint Lunatics wasn't from the jump though, right? It wasn't.
That was more or less like a how kind of like Eminem did with D12 where
I was gonna say it was the same exact type of thing, right?
Yeah.
They that's what because wasn't Murphy Lee the one in the Saint Lunatics? Wasn't he like the same way Proof was the one in D12?
It should have been him to start it out with, but Nelly said, "Okay, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the lead," and he got him out there.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Because I was, it's funny. I was listening to Saint Lunatics album the other day too.
Okay.
And I was listening to their single. They had Midwest Swing.
Right.
And that I would say this album wasn't. It was pretty much the same thing as with Eminem. D12's album really
it wasn't. Yeah.
Get out there. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't hit. The formula didn't work.
At least D12 had two hot singles. Purple Pills and Fight Music.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah. And I'm noticing that with a lot of like groups. Like you have, let's say, Nas, you know we are straight. Not we all love Nas,
Fuck that.
but when his boys, who was his brother, what's the group?
What, the Bravehearts?
Yeah, Bravehearts. It didn't hit. That didn't hit at all.
Well, Nas wasn't in the Bravehearts, right? No, it wasn't in the Bravehearts.
I thought it was.
Yeah, he was. It was.
He was?
him.
He was in the Bravehearts?
Jungle, Horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that shit didn't hit.
Not at all.
That shit didn't hit.
I think what Uchiwali was on the
Uchiwali. No, that was Bravehearts.
That was on the Bravehearts album?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, you got me wanting to go back and listen to
it. Yo, guys, rest in peace, Crisscross.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I got one for you, Prez. The Youngsters.
Nah,
it wasn't no fucking pop and shit.
Not pop, baby.
They was ghetto ass little niggas, man. I love me some Youngsters, man. I love the fucking Youngsters, man.
Come on, let me take you on this hip hop ride. Go side to side.
Slide. Youngsters was the shit, yo.
Hell yeah.
And I'm sorry, by the way, Uchiwali was not on the Bravehearts album.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that was on the
Wiki Fingers.
That was QB Finest. Yeah, I don't need no Wiki Fingers. That's funny, yeah. Is that Wiki Fingers? This Wiki Fingers ass nigga.
I remember I got QB's Finest album for Christmas when I was in high school.
That's
from a chick. Yeah, okay. I got that in that Funk Flex album that came out at the same time.
Okay, guess y'all broke up and shit, right?
No, we was cool. We was just cool. You know what I'm saying? What? It was just cool.
I got another one for you. How about Fetty Wap? You to be my baby.
Silence.
That's silence. That's very contemporary. I don't think contemporary artists. I don't think they really fit because they do their hip hop. What is pop music? So it looks like
hip hop now is pop.
Yeah, it's pop. I got one for you, Prez. Biz Markie.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. He came out the gate. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It was dope.
Who wrote those lyrics?
Shan, right?
He said,
well, Kane wrote some. I don't know. Kane didn't write every song, but Kane.
All right. But Kane penned something.
Yeah, because I know Kane didn't write Just a Friend.
No,
he didn't write Just a Friend because that nigga still be getting checks from that shit. Just a Friend.
How about this ultimate? This to me is how, if you're gonna go commercials, you do it. How about Kendrick? Kendrick came out how he came out, you know.
He's too wrong.
80.
I don't think Kendrick went commercial.
What do you mean?
I don't consider Kendrick commercial.
I do not consider Kendrick commercial.
I think he did go commercial, but he went commercial. Well, commercial came to him.
I was gonna say commercial came to him. Yeah,
commercial came to him. He didn't
like that. Focus came to you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
You tell you don't listen to this shit, right? Because he would hear all the fucking noise he be making and shit. You know?
Obviously.
Because he made all the noise he be making, he be like, oh man, I should stop touching the fucking phone every 5 minutes and shit.
Sounds like a car driving through the woods.
Yeah, but yeah, not Kendrick. I don't consider Kendrick. Nah. Like you said, the commercial came to him and shit.
Yeah, he stayed true to who he was.
Yeah, he definitely did.
True to who he was. I was just reading the other day. The label head, Top Dog. He was talking. He was talking to Jay before that Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
Butterfly came out. He was talking to Jay. He told Jay, he was like, "Yo, we about to do something different. Yo, we about to drop this album. It's going to be different from everything we ever did."
Right.
And Jay was like, do that shit. Like, drop that shit now. Because you do that, they'll never be able to put you in a box.
No doubt.
You keep coming out with the same kind of vibe, the same kind of, feel, then they're gonna, they're gonna stereotype you. So that's that To Pimp a Butterfly, that shit was so different from his other shit and what anybody was putting out, really and truly. And that shit just kind of like let people know, like, this dude Kendrick is very versatile. He's not a one-dimensional type of rapper. So
definitely, he's definitely too raw, man. He's raw. I never consider him or the snoozer, J. Cole. I don't see none of them as commercial. That they definitely keep it raw. J. Cole is raw.
Yeah,
absolutely, as you should be, man. As you should. That shit is
and like I like me and D was saying, you cannot. Today's hip hop is like pop music, so you cannot. It's almost like you can't with contemporary.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the whole industry is completely different now, anyway, and shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now it's all about streaming. It used to be album sales, and now it's streaming numbers.
For sure.
And then the last generation, it was the fucking the ringtone shit.
Yo, I forgot about that.
All of that shit was all of them ringtone motherfuckers was on that commercial shit.
Shout out to Soulja Boy.
Everything.
Yo, Young Draco, son.
I'm sure they made their money though. I'm sure they made their money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like going back to that era, who was popping back then? Mike Jones, Flo Rida,
yeah,
Pitbull,
Slim Thug.
Pitbull is like the perfect fucking example of this whole shit, yo. He's on some Mace shit because Pitbull he used to spit, yo. Pitbull used to fucking
hard spit,
yo.
He used to
battling.
He used to wear jeans and sneakers. He don't even wear jeans and sneakers no more. It's suits, son.
Tailored suits.
He completely switched the shit up. And then look what the fuck. Listen, when you a whole nother atmosphere. When you got your own fucking New Year's Eve special and shit, on like you going. That motherfucker is gone. Pitbull is gone, yo.
Mr. 305.
He's gone, man. I ain't mad at him.
Yo, you got me right now looking up Pitbull albums. Then I'm about to.
Pitbull used to go hard in the beginning, man. I ain't gonna say like I was a fan of his shit, but I mean, I not
that way.
Kulo
was the shit though. I love Kulo.
Yeah, I love Kulo.
Me too. I see you smiling. I like when that shit come on. That shit come on.
Coolio was a commercial rapper.
Oh, nice. Coolio.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah. Yes.
Fantastic Voyage. Yeah.
Well, I think Fantastic Voyage was.
Come along and ride on.
I don't think that was commercial.
Fantastic Voyage. Oh.
I don't think that because that one that came out before Gangsta's Paradise. When Gangsta's Paradise came out, that's when he hit that commercial mark, and then he did that. See you when I get there. You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
No, I don't.
Dang.
That one's.
I'm by myself on that one.
You are. Yo, how about your boy Ski? Ski.
From where? From
not Original Flavor. I'm talking about the boy. I wish I was a little bit tall. I wish I was
Skilo.
Skilo.
Yeah, that's commercial. That's that song right there.
Yeah,
some commercial hip hop right there, man.
Yeah, not a bad thing though.
Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all, man. When you can reach the masses and bring everybody closer to the culture. The only thing I don't like is when something comes organic from the streets and these conglomerate companies come through and just make a mockery and throw it on TV and don't give the people proper credit that created it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. That's the only gripe that I have.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I get it. But I just want it to be. I don't mind anybody getting their money in this game, but just do the right thing. You know, don't try to come in here and pimp the shit for your benefit.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be very mindful that this is an art form, and you should take it serious. You know, of course, you know it's also a business. Get paid, but don't intentionally turn that shit into like some fucking cash cow to use and then just kind of like discard and shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Prez, it's happening right now to the majority of the artists. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They could care less about culture.
Nah, they definitely don't.
I feel like it just needs to be like, I don't know, like some categories. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be like a council. You know what I mean?
Council. But but the people that's making the money and shit, they ain't gonna really, what they gonna honor it and shit. They gonna just do whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
Exactly, especially when they got time on their side because their time is now.
Yeah.
You know, so they're not gonna try to separate themselves from the larger, from the mothership. Not when they could, because they're gonna say we're the ones that's running it now. You know what I'm saying? So
it'll just be a straight out civil war and shit. I think it'll be a straight up civil war, yo.
Some Avengers shit, man.
Straight up, yo. I mean, I'm with it. I've been with it and shit, man. I'm with the civil war, yo. I'm with the fucking divide. I think somebody need to just put the gauntlet down. That's what I think, honesty and shit, yo. One of these classic artists need to get some balls and just put the gauntlet down.
Man. Y'all. You see, and the thing is like what Soulja Boy said was funny. He said, "Yo, I made it easy for y'all now." Like he was right. Like when they was criticizing him when he was coming out. So it looks like now everybody was hard on him then. Then later on, he made it easier for everybody to just sneak on through and not get the criticism that he got. And old heads, they were always now criticized for not accepting the youth. Oh, there's the old heads. They don't accept the youth. But the youth was crazy. They were saying some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But you right. Civil war. I mean, some apocalypse. Put down the gauntlet.
Somebody got to put the gauntlet down.
Somebody
got to say it. Somebody got to do it, man. Somebody got to do it. Either you on this side, or you on that side, yo.
It's kind of clear. I think the lines are kind of clear, though. I'm not even going front.
The lines are definitely clear, yo.
I think the lines are clear.
And every young person is not on the other side. Some young people are on the true side and shit.
Yeah, so. Man. Yeah, man, and not to make no mockery. Like, look at the new guys. Somebody told me I like Don Q, right? Yeah. And how about his partner? That's his homie, A Boogie. He's on the other side.
No doubt.
So it's like sometimes you might split up crews. You know what I'm saying? Not split up. That way. I meant musically, the divide might come through the crews. Like, he does that, and that one does the other.
I get you.
Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I go back to the shit we've been talking about, the category, press of the categories, the subgenres, and all goes back to that. It's probably never going to happen because the people that are in power and the people that are in control of the media, nobody's going to push this agenda. Nobody's going to push that agenda.
Nah, I think
making too much money and shit.
Exactly. I think when you make a divide, then you're pushing money somehow. You're making people make a choice. You know what I'm saying?
But if you do make that divide and you make that clear, maybe you can. Same thing we were talking about last week about how the whole DJ Scratch thing, how these artists, the classic artists don't put out music and shit. I don't know, maybe if it's a clear side, okay, this is it, this is that. I don't know, maybe people will get behind it and shit. We know what it is. I don't know. I'm with it. Whatever way, I'm with it. I want all the smoke, yo. No, I don't fuck with these. I fuck with these young kids, yo. I think that shit is garbage, yo. That shit is trash, man. I don't fuck with it, man. Don't get me started back to episode 1. Yo, this shit is garbage, yo.
Oh, there we go, man. Somebody
I try to get them a pass all the time. I get them a pass all the time. This shit is corny, man. This shit is just corny fucking music, man.
Somebody get D Sirius XM, get him the LL Cool J station.
Rock the bells. Fuck that shit. Yeah. That's what's up though, man. Hi, my brothers, man. Y'all got any final thoughts and shit, man?
Yo, rest in peace to everybody that lost their life in New Zealand at the shooting.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, yes, indeed.
Die in hell.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, did y'all notice that during the trial, the shooter was holding up the white power symbol? Yeah,
I didn't even see that shit. I honestly didn't even know the whole story. Honestly, I don't really watch the news and shit.
Yeah, so just for just for future reference, white power symbols. You hold your 3 fingers out.
Mm-hmm.
You make the circle with your thumb and your index finger.
Mm-hmm. What like the okay? Like okay?
It's like okay, but upside down. You know what I mean? Like this.
Don't the Mexicans do that shit too?
I don't know.
Oh, that's that the Latin Kings. MS 45.
Somebody do that shit.
Oh man, this is definitely bad, terrible symbolism.
So that's what he was doing and shit though. He probably
MS-13.
He just trolling and shit, yeah. That dude. So what do you feel about that? You feel about that, Brad? About him doing that symbol during the trial?
I'm just saying, he's just letting people know, like they feel like they could come out and they can do what they do with no repercussions. You know what I'm saying? There really is no repercussions. Him going to jail for life or whatever happens to him, is that really like fit the fucking crime? Is that enough of a punishment for what he did?
Nah,
I don't think so.
I think, right, that we should treat this, right, just like we treat, when radicals, Muslims attack, then we went and then bombed their countries. I think we should go and bomb these white nationalist sections and bomb them and kill off as many as we can.
But how you want to do that when the people in power are white nationalists themselves?
God damn it.
They ain't gonna bomb their cousins and shit, yo. They ain't gonna bomb their cousins, man.
They ain't bombing their uncles and their cousins. You know what I mean?
Who are married with children.
Yo, I just read earlier, they have admitted and confirmed white nationalists in the military. In all branches.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that. We knew that. They all over the fucking place, man.
We knew
it. It's too many Caucasians in this country for them not to be all over the place, man.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest, especially, you know what I'm saying, the grunts, you know what I'm saying, the ones who are on the front line, you know what I'm saying, the infantry. I see it a lot, you know what I'm saying, when they got mad tattoos and that's just them. That's what they do.
Yeah, man. I've experienced, a couple of incidents.
Yeah.
Myself, which I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised that it's made the news.
Okay. That is public knowledge, public knowledge type shit. Yeah. I hear you.
They're probably, and I'm sure they knew for years. They probably kept it under wraps as long as they could.
Mm-hmm.
But now. They're feeling powerful. They feel empowered. So they're not tripping anymore. They're not trying to hide the fact that they believe what they believe. You know what I mean?
Just to piggyback real quick, one of the things that I was surprised to hear that story of is that Pennsylvania judge got sentenced to 28 years for taking bribes from private sector juvenile, yes, private sector that own juvenile facilities who are paying the judge to send the juveniles to the facilities. That story, I was very surprised to see that come to light.
That's right. It doesn't get any worse than that, bro. It's like you got kids that may have committed misdemeanors, may have committed crime.
Are these kids of color?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Majority?
Yeah.
100%. You know, they might have committed some kind of crime, first offense, or whatever the case is, where ordinarily you would just hit them with probation, you hit them with a little, you know, keep your nose clean, you know, for the next 6 months to a year. But this judge was like, nah, fuck that. You're going to jail. You can give you 2 years. You can go to jail.
Cradle to the grave shit.
Only because he was getting fucking kickbacks from the motherfucking jail.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
World we live in, though, man. This
world we live in, y'all.
America.
Just gotta hope it gets better, man. That's all you can do, man. Vote, motherfuckers. I don't know if that's gonna help you, but fucking vote and shit, man.
When you gonna vote, right? When you vote and you help these people speak their mind, you see what happened. You see what happened to the senator out of she's from Minnesota, where she basically said, she spoke her truth. You know, she was like, we gotta stop supporting these political action committees that funnel money into Israel. It should have not fair. It's not right. It's a true statement. Like, why would we be involved in those type of organizations? Why would those organizations be giving money, you know, hand over fist? It's not right. And then look what happened to her. Now they trying to get her disbarred. They trying to remove her from the committee. They trying to, you know, drag her name through the mud. So now it's just like, now if you want to be a politician and you want to try to speak your truth, you gotta you gotta think twice, because you gotta fear for your job, you know.
Feel for your life.
I would say fear for your life.
One of the most the best movies that you could watch on that subject is probably Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Whatever politician, you see, it's so funny because the politicians, they're backed by, you know, donations.
Yeah, of course.
You know? And then you have the same principles that go along with lobbyists who are basically representatives from companies that are offering money to politicians as donations to be in their favor of future laws and presidents. Crazy. The system is broken. The system is broken, y'all. The system is broken.
The system works for those that are in a position to work for.
And isn't that the new breakdown now? You have capitalists and socialists. Isn't that crazy? So you have the capitalists who keep on wanting the way things are now, with the top 1-2% control the world, right? And the middle class is dying, of course. And you have the socialists who believe that all you have to do is tax 2%. What is it? Bernie Sanders, he had the plan, and a lot of people would support, but he definitely has the plan now because he's going to run for it now that he's running. But before that, they had if you tax 6% of all the top 2% billionaire companies in this country, that can pay for every American's health care. We can have free health care.
If you tax, say that again, if you tax the top 2%,
6%.
6%.
Yes.
That'll pay for everybody's health care.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like a lot of money. 6%.
From the way it sounded, I don't know the number. I think it was 20. I think it was 280 billion or something like that. I think it was 280.
They ain't trying to give their money up and shit, man.
Hell no. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is what it is, man.
All right, then.
We shall see. That's what's up, man. All right, my brothers. Good conversations, man. Definitely. Appreciate it, y'all. We So Classic Podcast. Hit us up, man. Social media at We So Classic Crew, Instagram and Twitter. Our email is WeSoClassic@gmail.com. Want to hit me up personally at DJDDame. That's on Instagram and Twitter. And my email is DJDDame@gmail.com.
Yeah. It's your boy Prez. You can definitely check me out on Instagram and Twitter. It's going to be Rep 1804 for both. Rep 1804, REP 1804. Holla at your boy.
Yo, as always, it's your boy Lou Hall. You can catch me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. That's gonna be Lou Hall is IZ back, BACK. Lou Hall is IZ back, BACK. Also hit me on the email. That's gonna be louhall803@yahoo.com. louhall803@yahoo.com.
No doubt.
You got Snapchat?
Snapchat.
That's social media for drug dealers. Snapchat.
That's not a bad idea, though.
Not a bad idea at all. Yeah.
Hold up.
Not a bad idea at all.
Let's talk about that when we sign off.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Dealers and they users. And the users, ooh, fuck.
Man.
There we go.
Oh, shit. Let me shut the fuck up, yo. That's a good idea.
Oh, man.
Copywriting that shit, though.
Holy shit. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry, man.
So D will be with Nas. Prez will be with Kodak Black. And Lou Hall will be on Snapchat. Yo. And I'll be on the real Snapchat. The one, the orange, the yellow icon with the white face in the middle that looks like a little girl with short curly hair. At Resuscitation, D is looking it up right now. The copyright infringements.
You already know, man.
Twitter at Southside Recess, and as always on the IG at GETDAFUCOUTHRE. Get the fuck out of here!
All right, man, we get the fuck out of here, yeah. While I look this fucking shit up, man. We So Classic Podcast. Copyright about to get on. We out. Peace.